The air in Accra's Kocombe Auto Market was a symphony of chaos, the clang of metal, the roar of engines, the acrid scent of oil and exhaust, and a ceaseless din of men's voices haggling and shouting. Amidst this gritty ballet of grease and grime, Abina moved with the grace of a dancer and the precision of a surgeon. At 24, Abina was a phenomenon. Her slight frame belied a formidable strength, and her hands, though slender, were deft instruments that could diagnose a sputtering engine with a mere listen, or dismantle a transmission with unnerving speed. She was a master mechanic, a rarity in this world of sweat and talk. Yet, every day was a battle. The men of Kocombe, burly, hardened mechanics like Big Joe with his booming laugh and Slim Shady with his perpetual sneer, saw her as an anomaly, a novelty, or worse, a distraction. Go home, Abina. Find a husband. This is no place for a woman, they would bellow, their words thicker than the grease under their fingernails. Her small store, Abina's Motors, stood defiant amidst the masculine roar, often empty while the men's shops overflowed. Her reputation for honesty and unparalleled skill was whispered, but prejudice shouted louder. Her deepest rival was Kofi, a mechanic her age with a cocky grin and a shop directly opposite hers. Kofi was popular, quick with a joke, and a decent mechanic, but he openly scoffed at Abina. Women belong in the kitchen, not under the bonnet, he'd declare, knowing his words tongue. Abina would simply tighten a bolt a little harder, her jaw set. One humid morning, a sleek, imposing, vintage Mercedes-Benz Fintail pulled into Kocombe. Its paint, a deep, glossy black, seemed to absorb the light, and its engine purred with a sinister, almost animalistic quality. The driver, a distinguished, somber man known only as Mr. Obeng, was a figure of quiet power, rarely seen in the bustling market. He spoke to Big Joe. My black serpent is ill. It coughs fire and weeps oil. Can you tame it? Big Joe, always eager for a challenge, took it on. But the Fintail was unlike any car they had seen. It defied diagnosis. The engine, a complex German beast, resisted every attempt. Big Joe scratched his head. Slim Shady cursed under his breath. Kofi, despite his bravado, found his usual tricks useless. Days turned into a week, the black serpent brooding in Big Joe's stall, unmoved. Mr. Obeng's patience was wearing thin. Whispers began to circulate. The black serpent is cursed, some said. It only answers to the ancient ways, others murmured. The men of Kocombe, defeated, began to avoid the car. Their reputation, and more importantly, their pride, was on the line. One afternoon, as Mr. Obeng stood contemplating his seemingly incurable car, his gaze drifted across the bustling market. His eyes, keen and discerning, settled on Abina's small, quiet stall. He had heard the whispers, the true ones, about her almost supernatural intuition with engines. He walked over to Abina, ignoring the glaring eyes of the other mechanics. Young woman, he said, his voice soft but firm, they say you listen to the engines. They say you feel their pulse. Can you hear my black serpent song? A hush fell over Kocombe. Kofi openly snickered. Big Joe looked uncomfortable. Abina met Mr. Obeng's gaze, a spark of pure, unadulterated challenge igniting in her large eyes. This was it. Her moment. I can try, sir, she said, her voice steady. But I work alone. And I will need quiet.